Okay. The thought that was lingering in my mind. The humane capitalist. The probability, the possibility. Well, I would think there's some possibility. No doubt there's a thin line. There's a very narrow path towards being a humane capitalist. But before I even try to figure out what that would be or how to even get there, I guess I gotta look at, what being humane is. The agenda of being a humane person. A humane person's agenda, so to say. But having compassion for others, having compassion for life, wanting to see life thrive and grow, and making that your purpose, something that makes you appreciate yourself and the world, something that makes you feel successful, something that makes you happy, is to see others, be in good health and and prosper. That would be someone who's humane. A capitalist is someone who isn't they're pro-capital, meaning they want to succeed in having capital gain and being successful financially, in status, to be high ranked, to be a winner, in a competition. That's capitalist. There's an issue here with the humane capitalist, that excludes just about most capitalists from even having the potential of being a humane capitalist. I mean, sure, a lot of capitalists might, have charities they contribute to and use as tax write-offs, or they might even buy a homeless person a cup of coffee or a hamburger or something. That's all good. They want to see their kids grow up and go to college and, pay their college fund. I mean, those are all good things, no doubt. But, to be actually humane is more than that. And we have an issue. We have a conflict between being a capitalist and being humane. And to just get in there real quick and try to make a short story out of it, let's just start right off the top with real estate. With the fact that one of the biggest businesses, one of the most the most lucrative successes out of here in business practices, one of the biggest markets. I mean, so many people who are involved in it as a consumer. Everybody's involved in it just about as a consumer. And there is a large chunk of society involved in it as a producer, or whatever that means. How do you produce land, right? All right, this is funny. This is funny because we have an issue here. For any capitalist who owns property and rents it out or sells it, and uses it for, any kind of profitable gain. We have an issue with their outlook on being a humane, individual, which I look at humane people as a great plus in society. I think people who are more humane than anything else, or people who will be less harmful, people who will be non-violent, people who will be pro-intellectual, pro spiritual, pro health, stuff like that. All the good things, environmentally friendly people. I see a lot of good in the humane side. I see a lot of use in the capitalist side for a capitalist system, which is the system we live in today. I don't see how it does a lot of good for humanity, however, which is why it conflicts with the humane side. Because, like I say, if you own a lot of property and you're using it for your own profitable gain, which means you're getting richer and richer off of it, regardless of what you do with the money. I guess that's your business. However, you're getting richer and richer, and there's got to be somebody who's losing either their opportunity to accumulate land, or they're losing quality of life based on their struggle of trying to maintain a roof over their head. Oh man, deep. Something that I've been through. Something that a lot of people who are listening to this have probably been through as well. The struggle of paying rent, I understand that property owners have to pay taxes, but it appears, the more property you own, the more opportunity you have of finding loopholes and ways of getting out of that tax bracket, and finding, more power over and authority over the government and, over everyone else. Capitalism tends to give those, main capitalists the power of government. And if you haven't noticed that, just all you have to do is pay attention to history and all the way up to today. Look at what influence corporations have. So, I have to say that anyone who thinks that it's more important to profit off of a space to actually get more money. I mean, if you have food in your belly and you have a roof over your head and you have, extra money to, still enjoy life and do whatever, and you still feel like it's necessary to go to someone who's renting from you, who probably just lost their job or whatever, or going through some kind of health issue and medical bills, or robbing them blind, and or who knows what happens. All kind of things happen. This is, we're human beings. All things are possible, whether it's a good or a bad thing. And you mean to tell me it's okay to go to this person and say, you have to move out. You have to go out. I don't care where you go, to the streets, whatever, just go, because I have to use this space in order to get more capital, which means I have to still induce my status. I still have to have more, because if I don't get more, then I'm not, as good of a capitalist or something. I don't know. I really have a problem with this. There's so many people. I mean, we're seeing tent cities. We're seeing so many people who struggle day in, day out just to pay rent. People who neglect their health, neglect their siblings, their children, neglect themselves just so they can go make money to pay their rent. And they call that taking care of themselves. And it's like, oh, as soon as they get sick and have a heart problem, diabetes or cancer, and they can't work, and what happens then, huh? Here comes the property owner, the big capitalist, who, I gotta say, must have lost the humane side, because what trumps, and I'm not talking about our president, but, we use the term Trump based on, I guess, our president. But it means, the greater, what dominates the capitalist actions is to profit, not to help someone. So they always choose the money over the human being. That is a problem with me. I have a problem with it. You may not have a problem with that. That's your thing. You're entitled to your opinion. However, I have a problem with that. And I think that this is a societal issue that maybe even hinders the potential of what society could be. But it's just a thought.